Vaheguru Sahib Jio Dhanaasaree mahalaa panjavaa meraa laago raam siau heth ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਦਾ ਸਹਾਈਏ ਜਿਨ ਦੁੱਖ ਕaaTiaa ਕੇਤ ਮੇਰਾ ਲਾਗੋ ਰਾਮ ਸਿਓ ਹੇਤ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਦਾ ਸਹਾਈ ਜਿਨ ਦੁੱਖ ਕaaTiaa ਕੇਤ ਰਹਾau हाथ दे रaakhio अपनो कर बिrathaa sagal मिTaiee nindak के mukh काले keene जन का आप सहाई साचा साहिब हुआ रखवाला राख लिए कंट लाए साचा साहिब हुआ रखवाला राख लिए कंठ लाए निरभाओ पे सदा सुख माणे नानक हर गुण गाए साचा साहिब हुआ रखवाला राख लिए कंठ लाए ਨਿਰਭਉ ਭੈ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਮਾਣੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਏ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, today's Sri Darbar Sahib Ji's ਪਾਵਨ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ is by Guru Arjun Dev Ji ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ in Dhanaasaree ਰਾਗ। It's on Ang 675 675 ਅੰਗ ਉੱਪਰ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵਿਖੋਂ। ਸੋ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ। ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ in the first ਪੰਕਤੀ they say मेरो ਲਾਗੋ ਰਾਮ ਸਿਓ ਹੇਤ। मेरो ਲਾਗੋ, मेरो is talking about that I laago. Laago means attached. I've attached what? Raam siau, with Ram, with Vaheguru ji, what? Hate, love. Sangat ji, and you may see this translated as that Guru Arjan Dev Ji saying that I've fallen in love. This is obviously a very Western way of describing this. But the word laago actually means that attached, saying that I've attached my love to Vaheguru ji. But Sangat ji, the term falling in love is beautiful in itself. Because if we look at falling in love, what does it mean to fall? The word fall itself is saying that I give something up. I completely surrender. I'm going down, falling. Sangat ji, and that's what love is. Love is when I completely surrender, when I completely fall. Love is a sacrifice. Love is pure. Sangat ji, love is unconditional. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah is describing to us their own state. And often we say that Guru Sahib Ji themselves are so humble, and Guru Sahib Ji themselves, they put themselves in that place for us to be able to relate to. Guru Sahib Ji's, there's times within Gurbani they'll call themselves a sinner, they'll call themselves a fool. But nahi Sangat ji, this is Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah ji telling us that's when they are actually speaking in that way so we can relate to that. But this is Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah ji telling us about their true state of being in love with Vaheguru ji. What does it mean to be in love with Vaheguru ji? How do you love that formless? That one that we say that is nirakar swaroop, that has no form. But Guru Nanak Dev Ji Paatshah ji tell us, they say that sahas tav nan 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 hai tohe ko. Sahas tav nan. Tav means yours. Sahas, you have thousands of eyes. Sahas tav nan. Nan nan tohe ko. But that formless of you, Vaheguru ji, has no eyes. So where are all these thousands of eyes that Guru Nanak Dev Ji are telling us about? These eyes, Sangat Ji, are the eyes of every human being, of every creature that is within this creation. That all those eyes, those thousands, not thousands, Sangat Ji, but hundreds of thousands, millions and billions, those eyes, Sangat Ji, are actually the form and the eyes of Vaheguru Ji. So when Guru Arjan Dev Ji Path Ji saying that I've fallen in love, they're saying I've fallen in love not with just the nirgun, not just with the formless, but the sargun, but the form as well. This whole creation of Vaheguru Ji. And Sangat Ji, being in love with Vaheguru Ji means that living in acceptance. Living in acceptance to say whatever is, and it's okay, because even this is in your hukam, even this is within your divine laws. For example, this virus that is going on at the moment. Sangat Ji, this virus has happened only because it's possible for it to happen. If it wasn't possible for it to happen within Vaheguru Ji's laws, then it wouldn't happen. Because it's possible, it's happened. So we often get this confused, thinking that to have this love with Vaheguru Ji, to be in acceptance, means to be passive. No, Sangat Ji, we can be being in acceptance means that I'm not saying that this should not have happened. I'm not saying that, that I'm now gonna, when we allow our emotions to get the better of us, for example. So if we start getting low mood, if we start getting frustrated, if we start then even falling into depression because we're not accepting something, we just keep saying, I can't believe this has happened. And that is non-acceptance. But non-acceptance does not mean to be passive. We can still be proactive even in acceptance. So something has happened, this virus has happened, but still you being proactive, Sangat means that you're still looking for a cure, still looking at ways how we can build and keep our immune system strong so that we potentially look after this body. But being in acceptance that it is what it is, now being realistic with the situation for what it is for now, and not cursing God to say that I can't believe you've done this. Because remember, Vaheguru Ji's whole game works within that field of karma, meaning that whatever action we take, there's a reaction from that, and it's accepting the reaction that comes from that. Somebody has eaten some form of animal at some point, and from eaten an animal, Sangat Ji, that is infected, that's got this virus sitting inside of it, and Sangat Ji, then what happens? And that's the action they've taken, and then there's a reaction from that. They've got the virus, and then the law, within the laws of Vaheguru Ji, of this virus, it's very infectious, means that it can be spread very easily. That's the law of that infection. And then Sangat Ji, then it starts to be spread because it's within the law of that infection. And that, Sangat Ji, that is what we call Vaheguru Ji. That what we haven't got control and power over. So that is being in acceptance. Love is that being unconditional, saying, well, no, this isn't right. So I don't think you exist. I don't believe in you. No, Sangat Ji, that's that love, that's that acceptance. And Sangat Ji, remember, there's been many studies done. If we trace back people that have fallen into that state of depression and that have to be medicated, whatever it may be, if we trace that back, it will actually come from non-acceptance. That non-acceptance has such a negative impact on our brain that it starts to constantly fire certain neurons of negativity, of saying, of not accepting, no, I can't believe this has happened, this should not have happened to me, this should not have happened to me, I can't believe that God would do this to me. And from that non-acceptance, it might not be so obvious, but it might be more subtle, that non-acceptance. That non-acceptance is that very thing that can lead to depression. and that depression then could be very difficult to escape and get back out of. That's why it's being conscious. That love, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi is saying, is being in acceptance of whatever is happening, but it doesn't mean to be passive. Now it's time to be proactive about that. Again, being proactive, we're still going to be able to tap into Vaheguru Ji's laws of what it takes then to be able to escape and to become stronger, and for our immune system to be stronger against this. Or even if we have got the virus, or what we have to do to fight that virus, Sangat Ji, what we can do to aid that to happen, we can only do that. Sangat Ji, that's not the route I wanted to take of this Hukamnama, but maybe this is what we wanted needed to hear. But Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi Ji, mero laago raam siau hai, the saying that I've fallen in love with Vaheguru Ji, falling in love that Guru Angad Dev Ji Pachi says, Jis pyare siau ne ho, this aage mar chaliye. Mar chaliye means when I give something up. That's what it means to fall. It means that mar chaliye, I kill my ego. When it comes to love, there's no ego there. There's no but I. There's no but I am, but I want to do it this way, but I want to do it that way. That's why Pacha Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha, satigur meraa sadhaa sahaiee, jin dhukh kaaTiaa keene. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha saying, satigur meraa sadhaa sahaiee. My satigur, my Guru Ramdas Ji Sache Pacha Ji, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pacha saying, is sadha, in every moment, is sahaiee, is with me, takes care of me. Jin dhukh kaaTiaa keene. Keene means a chanda. Keene means that banner. Keene means that chanda, that Sangat Ji, that banner to say that, look, I'm dukhi. Sangat Ji, sometimes it's very obvious that somebody is always suffering, they're always dukhi, they're always going through some sort of pain inside. Again, that pain comes from non-acceptance. They're not able to accept something, and for that reason, that's what the suffering is. The suffering is non-acceptance. The suffering is that. So then people have got that banner to say, look, I'm dukhi, I'm dukhi. I don't mean they've actually got a banner walking around with them. It means that they're actually, their face tells you that. The chira and urjaya hundaya. Their face is always like, you could see it's down, it's sad. Or then when they speak, their face might not give it away, but when they speak in their galla, you can hear that they're dukhi. You can hear that they're not accepting what Vaheguru Ji's will is at the moment. So, but Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi Ji saying, but what the Guru does for us is that dhukh ka, that suffering inside of my mind of non-acceptance, kaaTiaa, rips away that dhukh for me, that Guru Ramdas Ji Pachi Ji do. And this is how Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi Ji, this is how they fell in love with Vaheguru Ji, is having that pyar for their Guru first, having that love for their Guru first. Sangat Ji, when Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi Ji went to Lahore, upon the bachan, upon the order of Guru Ramdas Ji Pachi Ji to attend a wedding of a relative, but the bachan was, the order was that you're not to return for what until I ask you to return. And that's so difficult for Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi Ji. Because their whole life, their breath was their Guru. They woke up and they're getting the darshan of Guru Ramdas Ji Pachi Ji. That's what Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi Ji's life revolved around. But knowing that now Father has said that I can't return until they order me to come back, not knowing now when I'm going to get to have that physical darshan anymore. And Sangat Ji, today, many of us have been separated from getting that darshan and being close to Tan Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Sache Paatshah Ji. And for people, that might be ripping them apart from inside. Just like when Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi Ji went to Lahore. But what did they do? Guru Sahib Ji has given us the Shabad Guru. Guru Sahib Ji has given us that Bani as well. So Guru Sahib Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pachi Ji said, they said, I'll be within Guru Granth Sahib Ji. But remember, Guru Granth Sahib Ji saying to us, Bani and Guru hai Bani. Which Bani? Amrit Sare. So Guru Arjan Dev Ji Pachi took Sahara of that Bani. They woke up. They rose early in the morning. The truth is, Sangat Ji, how much chaw have we got? How much love have we got? How much sacrifice have we got? Because love is sacrifice. And then how much do we sacrifice that sleep in the morning? How much do we sacrifice that moment that we want to spend at night, to having our me time, but which is going to then have an effect of us waking up in the morning. Because the truth is, love is that thing when I sacrifice completely. It's not about I anymore, remember? It's about falling. It's about my I has gone. The Guru is saying to us that Gur Satigur ka jo Sikh akhai so pal ke ut har naam te aave, uddam kare pal ke prabhati, ishnan kare amrit sar naave, upadesh Guru har har jab jape sab kilib ka paap dokh leh jave. That Paatji saying to us that फिर चढ़े दिवस गुरबाणी गावे बहंदिया उठदिया हर नाम धियावे. Sadhguru Ji Paatji saying this is the routine of a Gursikh, to wake up early in the morning and meditate upon God's name and reflect on the Guru's Bani, the Guru's words, and sing the Guru's words with love. Sangat Jiyo, that is pyar. That is what it means. Mero laago raam siau hai. Yes, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji could not be in the physical, could not see Guru Ramdas Ji Paatji in the physical form whilst they were in Lahore. But what did Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji, in so much berag, in so much that berag, that pain inside, they would wake early in the morning and they would do kirtan. But when Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji, when they would do kirtan, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji would do sing shabads of Guru Ramdas Ji Paatji. They would sing shabads like that har darshan ko mera man bahut tapte, jo trikhavant bin neer, har darshan ko mera man bahut tapte. That my inside is yearning for your darshan, hey Guru Arjan Dev, hey Guru Ramdas Ji Sache Paatji. So in this time, Satgur, in this period, during this time, if we're feeling that pain of separation, how much are we actually making that sacrifice, waking early in the morning and crying out to our Satguruji, and truly crying out and doing this kirtan and reading Gurbani with so much love, with so much that inside passion. Sadhguruji Paatji saying that Satgur meraa sadhaa sahaiee. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji is talking about this from experience, saying my Guru Ramdas Ji Paatji has been with me throughout, no matter what happens. Even that time, no matter what, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji, they showed us what love actually is. But even when Prithi Chand, their elder brother made Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji's life so difficult. He tried to make their life so difficult, to the point where Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji, when Mata Ganga Ji was going to give birth to Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Sache Paatji, they moved to a place called Vadali. And they actually had to move out. Why? Not to cause further issues and problems, because their brother and their brother's wife was constantly cursing them, constantly saying things against them and causing trouble. Why? Because he being the elder brother, he wanted the Gurgaddi from Guru Ramdas Ji from his father, but he didn't get that. So he tried to make life difficult, him and his wife, for Guru Arjan Dev Ji and Mata Ganga Ji. So they had to move away. But even then, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji, they still had that love even for their brother. They still didn't speak down about their brother. But what they did say is, they said that my Guru took care of me. What does it mean that my Guru took care of me? It means that my Guru still didn't allow me to have hatred in my mind, even though what he was doing. I still didn't talk bad about Prithi Chand, even though what he was doing. That's what it means to have love. Love does not discriminate. Love is for everyone. Never did Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji speak low and speak down about somebody. Sangaji, that is love. No matter, even if somebody does bad to us, acceptance means that I don't speak bad about them, but it doesn't mean I may not have to rectify what the issue is and tell people that what they are saying isn't right. Sangat ji, mere Sadhguru Ji Paatji, fe agge jaake kehn lage, kehne rahaau, kehne reflect and contemplate on this. And what dhukh is it that we've got? Sangat ji, the moment that we speak bad about somebody else, the moment that Sangat ji, we look down on someone, that is the dhukh. That is the dhukh. That's what we've got to remember. Dhukh is our state of mind. Being in irkha, being jealous of someone, that is dhukh. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatji never felt this towards anyone because they were in love with Vaheguru Ji. To be in love with Vaheguru Ji is to be in love with everything. So, and then Paatshah says, haath de raakhio apno kar. That मैनू Guru Ramdas Ji Paatshah ने आप अपना हाथ दे करके मैनू रखिया, protected me, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Paatshah saying, and birathaa sagal miTaiee, and birathaa sagal miTaiee, and took away all my birathaa, took away all my worries and all my problems. The saying that Sangat Ji, even us now, if we keep our Guru's hand on our head, how do we do that? We contemplate on our Guru's Bani, and our Guru's hand will be on our head all the time. What does it mean to contemplate? It doesn't mean to read. It doesn't mean to think about. It means to let it go so deep inside of us that we become that. So if the Guru is saying that jealousy will destroy us and then good cannot come to us, and Guru is saying to us, speak sweetly from inside. Remember, somebody could say sweet words from outside, but that might mean nothing. We become sweet from inside. That's what it means. The most difficult thing is not to read Gurbani. The most difficult thing is not to know the translation of Gurbani. The most difficult thing is to become Gurbani. And that's what we've got to focus on doing more and more. Sant Hardev Singh Ji Lullo wale would say, they said, Sangat Ji, ino bhave ghatt padh lo, kehinde par inu vichar ke padho te inu bano, become Gurbani. Pyareo, Paatshah Ji saying that here, nindak ke mukh kaale, keene. Guru Arjan Dev Ji experienced this every time Prithi Chand tried. Look how many murder attempts he had against Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji as they were a little baby. He tried to send a nanny to poison Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Paatshah Ji. She put a poison upon herself and tried to feed her own milk to Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji, but even that, they pushed her away as a little child and they screamed so much. By that time, that poison seeped inside of her, into her body, and it poisoned her and it killed her. Paatshah is saying that, look, and then look how that made Prithi Chand look in front of everybody. It says, nindak ke mukh kaale, keene. Slanderers, Paatshah is saying, their face will be blackened. And let's try and understand this, Sangat Ji. Somebody might be slandering us. They might be spreading rumors about us that is not true. Paatshah is saying that you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to respond in revenge in now trying to take that person down. Yes, we might have to be proactive in responding to the Sangat just to let them know what's been said isn't actually accurate and this is the truth. That's okay. But Paatshah is saying where you think you have to do something back to that person to get them back, no, that's not your job, because you will be falling then down to their level. But no, that they have already become black, meaning once somebody does the slander, they've blackened their mind and they've taken weight upon their head. There's a natural reaction to ninda, to slander, that causes damage to that person. No, we don't want that. We don't wish that upon anyone. But that's the law of Vaheguru Ji, that when we do slander, that happens anyway. So that Vaheguru Ji is taking care of that anyway. In the way, Paatshah says, asank nindak sir karhe paar. They're taking weight on their head because it's a natural law that when we slander, we can't feel comfortable. We don't feel clear. There's something eating at us inside of us. It causes anxiety. So Vaheguru Ji is blackening them themselves in that way. So we don't need to try and take revenge in any form of way, because the revenge will destroy us. So Sadhguru Ji Paatshah Ji कहने के निंदक के मुख काले कीने जन का आप सहाई. Vaheguru Ji आप सहायता कर देने. Vaheguru Ji takes care of the jan of their servants themselves. Sangat Ji Sacha Sahib Hua Rakhwala. My true Vaheguru Ji, my master Hua Rakhwala, is my constant protector all the time. Raakh liye kant laye. Remember, Sangat Ji, how does my Sadhguru Ji take care of me? If Guru Sahib Ji keeps me away from jealousy, hatred, all of these things, I'm able to remain above them. We can then say that Sadhguru Ji is looking after me. Sangat Ji, there might be a Gurmukh Pyara that even gets this virus, that dies from it. That doesn't mean Guru Sahib wasn't looking after them. What it means is, if somebody it's still remaining sweet. It's somebody still remaining, but is still sticking to the truth. Then Vaheguru Ji is looking after them. Nirpao pe sadhaa sukh mane. They're saying that they become fearless, pe sadhaa sukh mane, and are constantly now experiencing true happiness. When we don't fall into that pit of anger, when we don't fall into that pit of greed, when we don't fall into that fire of jealousy, then we are sukhi. That's what it means to be sukhi. This body might become diseased. That doesn't mean we're not sukhi. Somebody could have a type of disease, but they could still be sukhi from inside because they haven't got the disease of home, they haven't got the disease of ego. Sukhmane Nanak har gun gaye. They're saying they're still constantly singing the praises of Satguru Ji, of Vaheguru Ji. So Sangat Ji, ਅਖੀਰਲੀਆਂ ਦੋ ਪੰਕਤੀਆਂ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਵੱਲ ਜਾਈਏ। ਸਾਚਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਹੁਆ ਰਖਵਾਲਾ, ਰਾਖ ਲਿਏ ਕੰਠ ਲਾਏ, ਨਿਰਭਉ ਭੈ ਸਦਾ ਸੁਖ ਮਾਣੇ, ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਏ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਤਨਾਮ 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 ਜੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਜੀ। ਮੀਠਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਮੀਠਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ। ਮੀਠਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜੀ, ਮੀਠਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ। ਮੀਠਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਭਾਣਾ। ਗੁਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਸੰਗ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾਲੇ, ਗੁਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਸੰਗ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾਲੇ। ਸਿਮਰ ਸਿਮਰ ਤਿਸ ਸਦਾ ਸਮਾਲੇ, ਸਿਮਰ ਸਿਮਰ ਤਿਸ ਸਦਾ ਸਮਾਲੇ। ਗੁਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਸੰਗ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾਲੇ, ਗੁਰ ਮੇਰੇ ਸੰਗ ਸਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਾਲੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।